Hey everybody, good morning, or afternoon. It's noon, so I guess that'd be good afternoon. Oh yeah, we're going now. Hope you get a little bit of view. It's not too blurry, bright. But here, there we go. Get a little view of whatever got burned up here at Buckhorn Mountain. The lake's off to my left, so you can't see that. Terrible, ain't it? But I was talking with Peggy, and she had a question about the Mandela syndrome. Or is it a theory? It's just the Mandela thing. So I thought I would talk about the Mandela thing and try to answer her question. Things are getting kind of screwy, according to a lot of people. But it's not things are getting screwy. Things are just as they are. We're noticing a little more in life than you've noticed before. Mandela syndrome is kind of like your uncle's died, and you go to the funeral, and a few months later, you know, you see your uncle. He's at a gas station, so you go over and, hey, what's up, man? And your uncle says, oh, just getting gas. Well, I heard you was dead. Even went to your funeral. It must have been somebody else's funeral. It wasn't mine. That's the Mandela thing. Of course, it comes from Nelson Mandela, because it was reported that he was killed several times, and then ends up being president of South Africa, and everybody's scratching their heads because everybody thought he was dead.
That's something doctor shit now.
But it doesn't have to do with just people dying, you know. I've had this experience myself. Others have had it. They look up a scripture in the Bible, and they start talking with people, and they go tell them a story about the Bible or some spiritual concept, and they're like, "Oh, where'd you see that?" And so they quote the scripture, and the other person's going like, I know that chapter, and I don't recall ever reading that. So you open up your Bible again, and you look for that verse, and it's not there anymore. That's also part of the Mandela syndrome. Things change, and I figured out why it is. One is because we all live in our own universe, our own reality. It's shared by others, where our realities are very similar and come together. There it is. It's kind of like I said before. You get a court trial. You get all the witnesses together. All the witnesses will go up. They'll all tell their story. A dozen witnesses will all have a different story to tell about the same moment, same exact time, same place. Put them all on lie detector tests, and they all come up there telling the truth. So how could that be? You got police officers, and citizens, and family members, and they're all telling a different story. And yet the machine says they're all telling the truth, because they all are telling the truth. Even though some of their stories vastly different than the others, but they're all telling the same story. That's because we all live in our own universe. We all live in our own reality. Kind of like the egg story with Andy Weir. It's odd, but there's one reality, and that's the one I'm living in. And I change it all the time. It goes back and forth. It goes in circles too. Okay, we're recording again. I had to pause there for a second and get my thoughts back together. But the reason, as you go on in life, that the Mandela effect keeps getting stronger and stronger. You start noticing more and more things. One, you're looking for it. You've experienced it, so you know what to look for. But there's another aspect to it. Spirituality. Materialism. The steering wheel. Solid as a rock, ain't it? No. You go to a physicist and there's nothing there. It's all energy. It's real dense energy, so I can't do nothing. I can't put my hands through it. But if you get into a microscope and go down real small, there's nothing there. It's just basically energy. And that's materialism. When you believe you can't put your hand through something, that's materialism. I believe I can't put my hand through the steering wheel at this moment. So it don't happen. But every time you have a close call in life, a near-death experience, a death experience, I like to call some of them resets. That's where you actually die, and then you reset back to 5, 10, 15 minutes before you got killed, maybe a couple days. Then you go through and you start experiencing the deja vus, like you've been there before. Oh, you had, and you got killed. You'll notice whenever you have a close call, I don't know, you forget to do something. So you take a couple minutes going to work. You lose your keys, okay? You find your keys. It only took a few seconds. You get out on the road, you go to the stoplight. The stoplight's green, you're going through it. And whoosh, right in front of you, a car zips by. But if you hadn't lost your keys, you would have been out there and you would have been in that spot when that other car ran the red light. Smack. Well, this is where I take the Nelson Mandela effect. You did get hit by that car in the intersection. You did get killed, and then you got reset. And every time you experience a reset, you become more spiritual. The material world, the physical world, starts to degrade, become less of what it was, in contrast with your becoming more spiritual. Every time it happens, every time you have a close call, every time you die, every time you are resurrected, actually, you become more aware of the spiritual side of life. And you start putting it all together. You start seeing it. You start noticing it more. Things that used to make sense to you no longer make sense. Things that you had never dreamed of before are all of a sudden right in your face. But you're not afraid of them. They don't scare you. You realize something has changed in reality. As people age, you'll find the more somebody has lived their life in age and experience, the more spiritual they become. Some people get sucked into various religions, and they get led down paths that make no sense. But it's something they can grab onto. And even though things don't make sense, they'll start making phrases like, well, God works in mysterious ways. Not to the observant. Not to the one that pays attention. People, I've had this happen myself. I've lost my wallet several times. You know, a couple weeks ago I lost my wallet. Went to work, realized I didn't have my wallet. Oh my God, I lost my wallet. But I remembered I had used my wallet that morning on the way to work. Okay, I must have left it in the store. Well, if I left it in the store, in that particular store, well, then I'm out of wallet. That thing is gone. It ain't ever coming back. And I gotta call and cancel all my credit cards, because whoever found my wallet, I guarantee you, will be trying to use my credit cards. And then I had this thought. I left it on my workbench before I came to work. I just remember I went to the store, but I went to the store every day this week. Maybe I just remembered Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and just inserted the memories from the other days into Friday. Yeah, that's what I did. I left my wallet on the workbench in my garage before I went to work. Well, when I got home that day, there was my wallet on the workbench in the garage. I know I didn't leave it there, but I picked up my wallet and I gave thanks. Because I know I left my wallet in the store. I lost my wallet, but there it was. I changed history. I changed my reality. And a lot of people say, well, perhaps this can revive a lost relative, a passed away, deceased, dead relative. I don't know why people go all the time, but I know there's always a reason. It takes, you got to look back on in your life. It could have been that they fulfilled their purpose in life, that they fulfilled the purpose in your life, that they are now gone. But it's not a matter to really bug yourself too much about. Yes, there are people that we will miss. You can search and find the bright side, but I just tend to let it go. Because every time I've looked for causes and reasons in the past, I always found them. And when I found them, they were so obvious, I was like, why did I spend so much time wasted looking for it? Just accept life sometimes, and death. Just accept it. But the Mandela thing can be proven in many different ways. One way is if you're married, how often do you get in an argument with your spouse about what happened 5 minutes ago? Both of you will have a totally different story. And both of you will be speaking the truth. It was the way you said it happened, and your spouse is wrong. And it's not actually wrong. Both of you are right. You're right in your own reality. Like I told Wilcox, it works in my reality. Peggy, I'm sorry for your loss. Doubt anything I could say make you feel better. But the interesting thing is you're experiencing the Mandela effect. And the truth of it is, it just means you're becoming a more spiritual person. You're starting to see things on a spiritual level rather than a material level. Materialism doesn't mean having a car or having money in the bank, all that good stuff. Materialism is believing there's more out there than the life we're living, and that life is endless and continuous. Doesn't matter God or Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Krishna, who you believe in, or if it's just like myself, kind of like the Andy Weir thing with the egg is, there's one life. There's just, my perspective, there is just one life. And we are the conscious projections of that life. Whatever that life is, we are mental constructs out of that. Or at least I am. And then you're all mental constructs out of my mind. But we live our lives just as we had planned them. We give ourselves challenges to overcome. Have you ever noticed whenever something negative happens in your life, you fight it, you overcome it, you win, you get this great sense of relief. That's an achievement. That's what you're here for. You're here for that relief. That means you've gone to another level of reality, another level of life, another level of spirituality. Try to think of some other examples. Yeah, I'll let you do that. You can do it. There are people that will stand up and say, oh, that's a bunch of witchcraft, that's a bunch of Satanism. No. You got to start thinking for yourself. And for those of you that would call it Satanism, I want you to stop and think about this. Satan can't do nothing without the approval of God. So where does the buck stop? So enjoy, have a good laugh. Hope you enjoy the view of what I do. And you don't need a reason to laugh. You just need to start laughing. Just start to be. There are videos. People put out videos of how to laugh. I never thought of it. And I looked them up one day, and the guy's going, he's got a class. People pay him. They show up at his class. And he goes, ha, 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 ha. And people pay him to learn that. It's amazing. What a wonderful life it is. And it's good for everything. I can already feel it changing. My mood, my chemicals. It makes me happy. Just to force myself to laugh. And then I don't have to force myself to laugh. I can just laugh. Oh yeah. I love laughing. Hey, Wall Style. Hey, Bruce. Always gotta say hey to you guys. Rex, I don't know if Rex watches my things, but I'm gonna have him make up a list of everybody that watches one day and just start reading them off. That'd be pretty cool. My sister Kelly, my sister Shelly, my sister Patty, y'all watching. Love y'all. And oh, hey, to Kelly, I'm going to send you an autographed picture of Jennifer Tate. You being a big fan of hers and all, I got a few of them. I'm going to keep one of them at least. But I'll send you a copy. And then, oh yeah, my wife watches. My wife watches these too. She wants to keep me on the straight and narrow. And my dog watches them too. That's how you know you're doing a good job, is when your dog watches your videos. And he howls at them. When I start laughing. So, today is January 20-something, 25, 24. What the hell is today? I'll have to check my logbook, figure out what day it is. 26? Maybe. 27th? What is today? It's got to be the 25th. 22nd, 23rd. Oh, it's the 24th. Okay, it's 24th. Love y'all. Enjoy. It's noon. Now I gotta figure out how to reach over there and turn that thing off. I'll just reach over there and grab my phone and rip it right off the wall or the window.